Commissioners, the meeting is live.
Okay. I'll call this October 10th meeting of the Riley County Commission to order. Please, everybody join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thursday morning, everybody.
Good
It's
morning.
been a usually have a week, at least for me anyway. At least it feels like fall, even though it doesn't feel like that way in the afternoon.
Wait till Sunday.
Ugh, I mean, well, actually, I won't be here Sunday. I'll be elsewhere. So, and it's supposed to be fall there, so,
You see,
yeah, so that'll be nice. So, all right, well, we'll start off as usual with some public comment this morning. Anybody have anything they'd like to say? I figured.
whoops,
No surprise.
Good morning, Commissioners. Clancy Holman, Riley County Counselor. I would ask that you add, and not an executive session, you add to the business meeting today, number 12. I'd like you to do an opening of the RFP proposals that we received to this point on the indigent defense services.
okay, I would make a motion to add item concerning the RFP to our business meeting today.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to add an item to the business meeting on the RFP for the indigent panel. All in favor? Aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Anybody else with any public comments this morning? And Zoom meeting, so we'll go ahead and close public comment for the morning and start with some commissioner comments and Commissioner McKinley.
All right. Well, found out later Monday, we missed an announcement. Monday was the birthday of Jerome Tang, Bill Snyder, Jack Hartman, and Cotton Fitzsimmons.
And one other one.
And I heard later Mike Clark.
Yes,
after I
yeah,
heard
yeah.
that Mike Clark was also on there. It was a coach's birthday.
Yeah.
Big day, big day.
Gotta put up a plaque or a statue,
Yeah.
name a street or something.
After all those names,
Yeah.
Tuesday morning was Flint Hills Veterans work on finalizing all the plans for the Veterans Day Parade. They have a number of groups already signed up. And they also put up displays at the senior center and in the mall. And they sent along, and they have these dog tags made each year to hand out. Sent along for everyone today. Tuesday evening was Fire Department Advisory Board meeting. They're all pleased to hear that the progress is on the University Park Fire Station. And longest discussion was on the Firemen's Relief Association retirement plans. They're rewriting the bylaws and discussing trying to raise the retirement pay that they get. Last night, I attended that debate at K-State Union for Senate District 22. Usha Reddy and Brad Starnes spoke on a number of things. It wasn't as interesting as the last one. The moderators asked some questions things that the state doesn't do. You know,
I like, I don't know,
asking about stuff going on in the city and that
Yeah.
I don't know, it was different for some reason.
couldn't make it. I was gonna-
Both of them have local ties to stuff, so maybe that was part of it. I didn't think it either, but
It just,
there's too much other stuff going on.
and both of them, no matter what the questions were, it went back to taxes. Questions,
Mm,
but
Well, they have it on YouTube, I guess.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
they do.
take that
Go
back.
back and look at it. So,
I gotta admit, I'm glad they're actually doing these debates.
Oh, yeah, it's not.
It's open to the public, it's open to the students.
it's good.
That was pretty good.
It's a
crowd.
great way to inform
Was it a
people,
good
so
crowd?
it's been a collaborative approach to that,
Mhm.
both sides of the aisle, so,
Isn't there another one coming with seconds?
I think that was the last one.
most of the rest of them are either just a small segment of Riley County or out of
There's that one from Valencia County, she's got one little corner. I
Yeah.
don't think they
Yeah,
got that one, but I hear,
Yeah, that's weird district.
that's all I've got.
Okay, I don't have too much today. Let's say Tuesday morning, I had a personnel meeting at our church. I'm on a couple committees there and they're pretty busy right now, so it's So I did that and then went to see my doctor in the afternoon. They sent me, well, I had x-rays. I got a sprained foot now. That's from that fall I took. I knew there was a problem, but I just,
Ouch.
so they sent me to got a brace on my foot now.
Be careful.
Lots of fun, you know, I mean, they kept saying, oh, it's arthritis. I said, no, it doesn't feel like that. It's been bothering me for 2 weeks. Anyway, so I did that. Let's see, had bell practice last night. Did a lot of stuff around the house. Trying to navigate, but yeah, I did some cleanup in the yard. That's about all I have.
I got quite a bit, actually. So much so that I accidentally scheduled myself for yesterday and work got concerned about me because I didn't show up. They're like, that's not like you. Usually you're here when you're scheduled. We were worried about you. So nice to know people care, I guess. So anyway. Monday afternoon, I met with my doctor, another good visit. All's actually going well. Down another 3.5 pounds from last month. So we're going to do a full density test next month. So that's going to be an extra long meeting and probably comes at a good time right before the holidays, obviously. So any adjustments that need to be made will be made at that point in time, but all is well. Tuesday morning, I was on K-Man's In Focus program for the very last time. I had Amanda Webb, planning director, on the show with me for the full hour. She just discussed our strategic planning process, the Keats project, a LIEPP grant, the battery recycling program, short-term rentals, probably missing one somewhere in there. I discussed the upcoming presidential elections, our continuing space and facilities discussion, possible expansion into the K-18 corridor, University Park Fire Station, the new EMS headquarters, Health Department, the open director's position, as well as Seco Park. And I'm missing a couple other things probably in there too. Hour went by fast as it normally does. And amazingly, there was no questions with everything that we discussed. They've got a text line now that they're going to incorporate into the new program, but nobody called in. Actually, one person called in, but they wanted the number to KBI.
Uh-oh.
What did you say?
I didn't actually. The girl in the studio there took care of that for me. And I was like,
I mean,
it's an odd question to call the radio station.
what did you say to prompt the question is what I'm.
I'm not gonna weigh in on that. Maybe there's more to come on that one at a later time. I have to wait and see on that one. Yeah, so yeah, all went well there as it
You
usually
didn't get a
does.
return call from KBI?
I did not yet, but you know, they kind of work slowly, so
Okay.
that could come anytime, any day now, so. Yeah, also on Tuesday, I listened in on the Council of Foreign Affairs Part 2, titled Elections 2024. This one was on the future of the Middle East. It was another panel discussion that included Stephen Cook. He's a fellow for Middle East and African Studies and the director of International Affairs Fellowship for Tenured International Relations Scholars. Don't try to put that in an acronym. Susan Maloney, Vice President and Director of Foreign Policy Programs at the Brookings Institute. Linda Robinson, Senior Fellow for Women in Foreign Policy at CFR. And Shively Telmani, non-resident Senior Fellow for the Center of Middle East Policy Studies at the Brookings Institute. Presider for the discussion was Vivian Salmani. She's a national politics reporter for the Wall Street Journal. Pretty good discussion. Like I said, this is just something that they're doing throughout the month of October, leading up to the November 5th election. Tuesday afternoon, I had a growth and strategic meeting with the Technical Advisory Committee at the Manhattan Area Chamber of Commerce to discuss the almost completed economic growth plan with Matt Tarleton, the consultant that's been hired for this project. We went through many details of the plan and discussed some questions and possible concerns. We'll continue to discuss them as we will hopefully have a final document for the public during the upcoming chamber retreat that will take place in Kansas City on October 24th and 25th. And they'll be working through trying to obviously make that public and try to go through the specifics of that moving forward. It's 58 pages. I have, I guess, the draft of that. If anybody's interested, I'll be glad to send that along if you want to look through that. Wednesday, the busiest day of the week, I joined many local and community officials, including members of the Army Corps of Engineers, City Manhattan Public Works and Parks and Recreation Department, and United States Senator Jerry Moran for a ribbon cutting of the now completed and open City of Manhattan levee and linear park over on Casement and Hayes. If you're driving over there, it's not completely done yet. They are planting stoplights over there in that location. They may be have to come to us at some point in time. Of course, if you're aware, that's where the county basically stops.
Carry on.
Yeah. So the city will be involved in that. Pot County will be involved in that. We'll probably have to be involved in that too. So there'll be a discussion coming. Just making everybody aware of that since we're having a discussion, obviously. It was a beautiful morning yesterday. There was quite a crowd in attendance for that particular event too. A lot of people over in my area have been talking about that for quite some time. So having that open and readily available is good. The levee isn't quite done just yet. There is a phase 2 that will take place over on the railroad tracks and the bridge over there by the Blue River. That's a separate project. Maybe a third phase, depending on how the riverfront fits into that discussion too. But that'll be a discussion for later. Also on Wednesday, I once again joined many local, state, and regional officials, as well as Senator Jerry Moran, for the official groundbreaking ceremony for the Flint Hills Community Accelerator and the Child Care Business Initiative over on Kimball Avenue on land that was generously donated by Ascension Via Christi and was actually made possible now by a $5.9 million grant that will help access the needs of childcare in the community with a transformative solution for local families, provider, and early childhood education students from the university. So that'll be starting to go up here pretty quick. It's over on the land where the old, and I can't even remember the name of it, the old, yeah. I keep wanting to say Wharton Manor, but I know that's not right. Yeah, so that's going to be going up. There'll be a potential maybe for 1,400 slots for children there.
1,400?
1,400. That's the number I heard. I know it kind of surprised me too. Up to, but you got to have the actual providers there to do that. And
It's really that big of a building.
it's pretty big. You can drive by and see the sign and see.
Facebook.
I didn't catch that. But the key word there is up to. So I think it's going to be hard to get the providers to do that. That's going to be
I was just gonna say the staff.
That's
yeah,
about the
that's going to be
size
the
of
staff.
high school, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, the KSU Childhood Development Center up there, they're equipped to handle that, if not more, but they can't.
They can't
do it
find
because they
enough
don't have
staff. They're at
So
50%.
it's trying to make all those connections and get everything put together in one facility, and that's what makes this such a creative, hopefully transformational type of solution. So we'll see how it goes, but I think we're on a precipice of something good, to be totally honest with you. Yesterday afternoon as well, I had my October Teams call with NACO's Community Economic and Workforce Development Committee after some opening remarks from our chair, Angela Connolly. She's a county commissioner in Hennepin County, Minnesota, kind of on the outskirts of actually St. Paul. So just so you're tracking. We heard from Manny Lamari, Deputy Assistant Secretary of Employment and Training Administration with the U.S. Department of Labor, discussing the National Apprenticeship Week. I was kind of thinking we did a proclamation for that or had in the past. Kind of talked about that process and everything they're doing at the national level. After that, the next speaker was Steve Wojtek, Policy Advisor from the Foreign Law Plus Policy. I don't know, that didn't sound right, but it's a private firm that he works for anyway. He discussed the current status of the WIOA reauthorization. Got a lot of questions on that one, actually. Third speaker was Muriel Burgone. She is the Deputy Executive Director with the National Association of Development Organizations, and she discussed the overview and recent actions related to the EDA reauthorization, and got a lot of questions on that one too. Michael Matthews, who's our Legislative Director for the committee, gave us our usual update from Capitol Hill, and that basically completed the call. Wednesday night, last night. Attended business after hours hosted by Anderson Knight Architects and Icon Structures out at No Stone Unturned. First time I've had the chance to check out the facility since it's been built. Amazing, really amazing. They did a wonderful job. I know they came in and we had to do some rezoning for them to allow that facility to happen, but did a wonderful job designing and putting that together. They're going to have an official ribbon cutting at some point in time. And when they do, I would suggest checking it out, honestly. I was very impressed. So.
They have some wild colors on the inside.
And it kind of leads to the inside too.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. They've got some cool stuff in there and they really designed it well. They've got plenty of space for what they're trying to do. And got a lot of good people there. They really do. They
Yeah.
really did a good job putting this together. So yeah. So and with that,
Ready
that
for
completes
business?
my week. Yeah.
First time, I need a motion for the closing upon transfer of property for the new UP fire station.
Move the board accept the transfer of the new fire station property by UPID to the county via special warranty deed and authorize the chair of the Raleigh County Board of County Commissioners to execute the sales validation questionnaire and all other documents that may be required by Charleston Wilson. Close the transaction and record the warranty deed.
I would second that.
I think you need to make that motion just a little bit longer. guys. Just a little bit.
Commissioner, that was the short one.
That was the one you. Okay. I know where to go next time. Okay.
That would make sense. Sorry.
Let's stay away from the coffee just a little bit. Seriously.
All right.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that the board accept the transfer of the new fire station property by the UPID to the county via special warranty deed and authorize the chair of the Riley County Board of County Commissioners to execute the sales validation questionnaire and all other documents that may be required by Charleston and Wilson to close the transaction and record the special warranty deed. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair, please sign.
Well, at least the paperwork isn't lying.
John, is it okay if I kind of go?
Oh.
Since we're kind of on a timeline.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it okay if I keep going,
Yeah.
Chairman?
Yeah, go ahead.
Next item, I need a motion to approve contract with Riley Construction to build fire station 110 University Park in the amount not to exceed $203,135 to be paid for with ARPA funds. Yep, need a motion,
Okay,
sure.
we're trying to get to there. Okay,
Go ahead, Bruce.
there's two of them in here.
Just one.
Just
motion.
that one?
Yep.
I thought I said two, okay.
Commissioner, before we do that, there's one thing that Russell brought.
So on their proposal, they have included in the document the price to finish the bathroom and do a 30-foot concrete apron. We were gonna delete those two items because we were gonna do the bathroom ourselves for less money.
Okay,
And so if you want to include in that motion to delete the option for the finished bathroom and delete the option for the concrete apron out. The 30-foot concrete apron.
Get those appropriate changes to Cindy, if you would, Russell. With the new amounts, Brittany, check those and all that.
Do
Well,
we
the-
need
the
to
amounts-
table
we-
this? till we
those
get
were
all-
Just what later, be sure it's all right in motion.
Okay. I'd make a motion to approve the contract with Raleigh Construction to build fire station number 110 University Park. For the amount not to exceed $230,135 to be paid for with ARPA funds. There are two items, that won't be included in that amount, which would be the finished bathroom and the concrete apron. So that amount will change.
I'll second.
okay. I'm not seeing either one of those listed.
It's
Yeah,
in
they were
here.
in
It's in the
there.
details of the
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
contract. It's in
saw
the
it in
details of
there.
the contract.
I
He showed me this morning.
think the bathroom was like 9,000 something.
Yeah, and the apron was 7,000
Yeah.
some, so.
About 60,000.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve contract with Riley Construction to build Fire Station 110, University Park for the amount not to exceed $230,135 to be paid for with ARPA funds minus the 2 deletions. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair, please sign.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I did my hand exercises this morning. You're okay.
You still might wear out after all that construction time.
Next, commissioners have an agreement with Custom Data Processing. And it's for the Riley County Health Department's software system. It's a renewal.
I move the board to authorize the chairman to sign the agreement as presented.
I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded to move that the board authorize the chairman to sign the agreement as presented. All in favor?
I
Chair, please sign again.
hope you don't need that right away.
That's
It's
okay.
behind.
That's okay. Next, I need a motion to sign the 2025 Pawnee Mental Health Contract.
No, this is the full amount on the
Appropriation.
appropriation. We give them full amount. We don't stagger it.
Yeah, it's paid out in
full.
two payments.
February.
There's
I
two.
think we do it.
There's quarterly now.
So, yeah, those are quarterly.
Oh.
Oh, no, sorry,
I think those
something
are,
else is quarterly, you're right.
yeah, I think those are. There's one that did,
January is.
one did change to quarterly, but most are 50.
Semi-annually. So this is the total amount.
Correct.
Yes, for 350,000.
I'll make a motion to approve the Pawnee Mental Health Services 2025 contract for services.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the Pawnee Mental Health Services 2025 contract for services. All in favor?
Aye.
All three signed. Next, Commissioner, need a motion to sign retail dealers 2025 cereal malt beverage license for Stag Hill Golf Club, 4441 Stag Hill Road.
I was just curious on this. Seems like we're always signing one for this. I mean, is there some way just to complete one and just let them have one?
You lost me there.
State-
You gotta do it- they gotta do it
State
annually.
sets up the rules that you have to redo it every year.
Yeah, state law.
Yeah, basically what we are is we mirror what the state does and the state makes you go through it every year. So
I'll talk to the state on that.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a motion?
Um,
I'll move to sign a retailer's 2025 cereal malt beverage license for Stag Hill Golf Club.
I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded to sign a retail dealer's 2025 cereal malt beverage license for Stag Hill Golf Club. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair, please sign. Next, Commissioner, need a motion to approve the tax roll correction.
I would make a motion to approve the tax roll correction as presented.
Need a
I'll
second.
second, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's been moved and seconded to approve the tax roll correction as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Chair, please sign. Next, Commissioner, Riley County Employee Actions Form, Tanner Mergerano, a volunteer firefighter, separation of service, Connor Oxley, volunteer firefighter, separation of service, Andrew Tripp, volunteer firefighter, separation of service, Heather Copo Bianca, volunteer firefighter, separation of service, Victoria Slack, office building receptionist, treasurer's department, separation of service, Susan Tripodi, new hire election day worker, Mary Reese, new hire election day worker, Matt Gambrell, new hire as needed security, and Viola Von Pertz, new hire custodian one. All three, please sign.
Trying to stump you up today there, huh?
There's some unique names.
Sorry to see Vicky go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Any items for the joint city county meeting, commissioners? There's two on there already.
No, I think those two are gonna be good enough.
Sounds good.
I do need to discuss November and December's meeting. Because they should fall right around both holidays. So are we having those?
If you would like to cancel, we can suggest it.
Potentially, but we'll see
Okay.
on that.
We'll hold on that.
Yeah,
And I do have another topic.
And then commissioners need a motion. This is a pre-motion since we will not be here next Monday. And the next meeting would be after the fact to approve payroll and accounts payable is the reason for the motion.
Make a motion to approve payroll and accounts payable.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve payroll and accounts payable. All in favor?
Aye.
And then commissioners, we have the added item that Mr. Holman brought to you, a motion to open the two, I believe, Lancy motion to approve the two RFPs for attorneys of the indigent.
Right, it's basically the commissioners, this is because of the terms of the RFP. We did call for the board to actually open these in an open meeting. I will tell you that since I'm not used to being the one that handles these as they come in, these were actually, I opened them, but you're the one that's going to decide on this. And so we do need to, in fairness to those who submit them, do need to actually have you open these. And by opening them in terms of just feel free to identify it as a response to our RFP and then announce the name of the person that's proposed. So first one's not a big stack, so just more.
So I can get a motion to open those, commissioners.
I'd make a motion to open the RFPs for the indigent panel.
Second.
So moved and seconded to open the RFPs for the indigent panel. All in favor?
Aye.
If you would, any of them, feel free to open it up, and provide the name of the person who responds.
That's already been opened.
Thank you.
Oh, that has been, okay.
The name I have in front of me is Russell Shaver. He is from Wamego, so over in Pot County.
Russell Shaver.
Yes. Shaver.
For the next ones that you receive, assuming you get some, you will get bid sheet, as I've been reminded.
That's all resumes.
Okay. So this one has a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names on it. First name I see is Miranda Johnson. She's from Manhattan, Kansas. Lucas Renz, also from Manhattan, Kansas. Christopher Biggs, also from Manhattan, Kansas. Melissa Richards, also from Manhattan, Kansas. Rebecca Rookstool, from Westmoreland. And Christopher Bailey, from Manhattan, Kansas.
And commissioners, just for clarity, that is a group proposal. That's not 6 individuals,
Right.
but it is submitted. as a group.
And it was submitted from the attorney listed on here, Rebecca Rookstool.
Those are all resumes
That's the.
or the RFP.
Yeah, that's, looks like 6 individual.
If I can get all those, John.
6 individual contract.
Yes, copies of the RA, the original RFPs. I guess we'd probably have to sign if we would choose to move forward.
That would be perfect.
Well, they did send us an email with changes. Does this RFP have the changes on it? Those are
Wasn't
documents?
by email, the contracts themselves, I think,
Yeah,
have bears some change, proposed changes.
that's both of them here. Okay.
Thank you.
Once this gets to the appropriate part of this process, I would ask that the board make the usual motion that be referred this time back to staff that would be me for review and recommendation. To be consistent, that's consistent with the RFP.
You're asking for that.
Once they're ready.
Oh, sure. You can go make a motion if you need to, it's fine.
Well, I would, I would make a motion to refer the documents presented on the indigent panel back to staff for review.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to refer the RFP process of the indigent panel back to staff for further review and recommendation. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner. And as you know, the deadline for this is actually some distance in the future. It's Monday, October 28th, 5 p.m. And as the RFP indicates, still accepting proposals up until that date.
It's good.
In this case, again, with the proviso that anybody watching, at any time, as you open these, if you find any acceptable, you can accept any number of them that you want until you get 6. And then if you do not find 6 acceptable, then even if it's, then you would wait until October 28th if you don't get 6. But the deadline I mentioned, but you would be able to fill the 6 prospective spots in between now and October 28th. You don't have to wait. That's up to you. That's a word of, just a word of advice to anybody watching, not delay if they're interested in submitting a proposal. It's a good idea to go ahead and submit.
Clancy, if you would get all the correct spellings of the names to Cindy to put in the motion correctly.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Commissioners need a motion on minutes of 10/4/24.
Right, motion to approve the minutes from the October 4th meeting.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes as written from the October 4th meeting of Riley County Commission. In favor?
Aye.
And any changes to the minutes on October 7th, commissioners?
And then I'd make a motion to approve the minutes of the Board of Raleigh County Commissioners from the October 7th meeting.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes as written from the October 7th meeting of the Riley County Commission. All in favor?
Aye.
Tentative agendas look okay, commissioners?
Yep.
Any items for next week's press? Of course, there isn't one next week, so it'll be the next week after that.
When, I don't know if we want to discuss AUSA or not, but actually usually the chamber comes in and does that, but we're not going to have that meeting on Thursday, so I don't know if you want me to or not. That's up to you
already
guys.
behind.
Huh?
I said we're already behind.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Let's see. Yep, thanks.
Yeah, that'll work.
We have a motion for the executive sessions.
On that, we've got an applicant that needs some additional time to get here. And so we're gonna do an executive session, which I anticipated to be the 3rd item,
I'll move the 3rd one. I thought.
but it's actually, we're gonna do the 3rd one first. And the 3rd one is actually on the agenda. I need to correct the title once Rich gets back here. Because it's gonna be for confidential legal advice on potential litigation. Let's wait.
That's item number 18.
For the numbers we've got.
Actually,
Right.
technically
This would be
19.
19.
because-
Yeah, that's right.
Because we had,
Yeah, it's 19. I turned it into 19.
thank you, attorneys,
You're welcome.
all 3 of you.
You're welcome.
We're just ganging out like.
I hope,
Actually, I think we could do.
you'll let me know if I didn't.
Cindy, you'll let us all know.
We
Yes,
should
you
have. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How long?
I think half an hour. It's the first time I've moved it up. Tell them.
I move the county commission
With this one, we're gonna do the third. We got the applicant.
Move the county commission, including
Oh.
Chairman Ford, Vice Chairman
Rather than
McKinley, and
just
Commissioner
there.
Cokie recess into executive session on potential litigation for the purpose of consultation with Clancy Holman, County Councilor, Ryan Parker, and Jacob Hanson, Deputy County Councilors, attorneys for the commission, which we deem privileged in the attorney-client relationship, the exception of the Kansas Open Meeting Act. Open meeting set to resume in the county chambers at 9:35.
I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded that the county commission, including Chairman Ford, Vice Chairman McKinley, and Commissioner Cokie recess into executive session on potential litigation for the purpose of consultation with Clancy Holman, County Councilor, and Bryant Parker and Jacob Hanson, Deputy County Councilors, attorneys for the commission, which should be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship, an exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act, with the open meeting to resume in the commission chamber at 9:35 a.m. All in favor?
So my.
There's the meeting stuff.
Catherine, we need to move back.
Okay.
We need to come out of the meeting.
Yeah.
Or you can go ahead and. Sounds good. That too.
All right, so move the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session.
Second. Been moved and seconded, the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Move the record reflect action should be taken consistent with the consensus reached in executive session.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded that the record reflect action shall be taken consistent with the consensus reached in executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
What's the status update? They'll be here at 10.
It's, we'll have our normal scheduled interview at 10 and we will have a secondary interview at 11 instead of Clancy's executive session.
Yep, we just finished that. Good. Thank you.
Well, while we've got some time, do you have a few minutes?
I do.
So we've got till 10? Is that what we're
Yes,
saying?
we have till 10.
I ran in here for
You
nothing.
did good. You did good. I told them to go ahead because they had to. Just because we needed to come out at that time.
Just in time.
Motion or-
You made it just in time. You got to vote yay on the.
Yay.
That's fine.
Yay. This is,
These fence views,
I know.
always tell-
every time we get into this, I think about my great uncle, how he was in the legislature and developed these stupid things.
Yeah.
I always tell- I always tell-
Back in the day, early 1900s, they developed these fence view things.
Anyhow,
I,
people
with,
generally.
I
people-
once had for,
But
I once,
when you got those kind of. times,
I wrote a brief on,
it's just.
not on this, but on taxation.
And it's.
Mhm.
And it was over what is
You know,
To make
that's.
sure it's not.
an excise
It's
tax.
perfectly still.
Right? And then basically there was confusion about what is an excise tax. And I looked at it and I'm like, there's no clear definition. Right? And we went all the way back to basically an excise tax under Kansas law is anything that's not a property tax,
About.
right?
It's extra tax, yeah.
It's like
I thought it was
excise.
a luxury thing. If you bought like a luxury item like a yacht
Exactly. And there's always.
Well, and-
or a big semi
You
or
get that tension.
Yeah, and that's how some people.
jewelry
And then
would be
sometimes you do
excise.
that destroy.
So, but technically, when they looked at it, they said, well, we can still treat that as a property tax because it was on,
Pretty easy to argue from.
Right.
30,000 foot.
it was on, it involved property.
You have.
But,
involved in
Yeah,
this.
but what you're talking about, like a sales tax, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, that's what I always thought it was, but nobody ever charges that, I don't think.
yeah, there's some stuff under the statutes, but it was big, like, what is a tax versus what is a, that's what it all kind of came down to.
That's-
And the statutes, Commissioner, that we had to interpret, they went all the way back to prior to statehood.
Mhm.
So I had to go to the law library and when we still had such things. And I was picking up the statutes that Kansas had prior to becoming a state were
Mhm.
found in one book,
Yeah, they're little books.
little book.
They didn't even have they didn't make copies of bills or anything.
They just had a little book, right? And so I went back and I'm like, sure enough, and they renumbered everything. So it's like forensic. I'm looking, it's like, okay, this got moved here and this got moved here. And sure enough, it went back and the statute was pretty much worded. They put a lot of other stuff there, but the thing we were dealing with had been the same since we were a territory.
Didn't they?
Yeah, you can do that.
Well, we were, state 1961,
Uh-huh.
but they didn't start making copies of bills or putting that until 1910.
Isn't that something?
And that's, yeah, and that's
I
why
didn't
books
know
are
that.
so little, yeah.
I didn't know that was when they
It's one
first.
of those facts that
Sure they did.
hangs in your head. Yeah, when I was researching my great uncle,
Uh-huh.
it was a little book, I'm like, where's the bills? And I said, well, we didn't start
get that.
They didn't start printing those and putting them in the book until 1910.
I believe it. I believe it.
I didn't, 10,
Spin the screen around. and say, "Here's your picture."
50 years.
Wow.
a bit of.
I was so.
See, and I look at it,
Sure.
They
I'm
actually
like-
died the very first time and I didn't have a driver's license.
so much, we will deal with the first 50 years.
Hmm.
I was just looking
I
at,
even got them.
It was all territorial stuff.
Yeah.
Scroll down.
and then I was looking at the plat of Balla Town yesterday.
Mhm.
Right, I was looking at it, and it was, you could see it was done, I can't remember what exact year it was, and it was like the 1890. Right, it was a map that they made with a ruler, right, that had all the lines and somebody that could draw straight. Right? And then all this stuff like feeding land,
So it does.
whatever it might be, was all written. Isn't it fascinating?
Yeah, the Keats property, when you get in their history, their plats, that that's who first. And it, it's not like.
Yeah, I took a look.
plats you see now. They had equipment.
Although there was a rampant violation of all the tags.
Yeah.
Because my son's a motor.
I love it.
Just make up the.
Oh, me too.
I love
You gotta go to the Keats, Historical Society, is that right?
Yeah, it's nine.
Really?
It's history of Keats, the Historical Society is gonna go out there and present the history.
I have some, I
7 o'clock.
have some, I realize I would be there.
Good luck, because
I'm
anything wrong.
fascinated.
You're
Yeah,
gonna have time.
That's a fascinating.
Because we're picking up the last thing that's in from farmhouse.
Yeah, it's a fascinating history. I've got a lot of it in my office, but, but it's gonna be interesting to hear what they have to say.
You're the rumor that we're gonna put you in the back.
So I'm here for that. Do you get to sit up here instead?
No, Lance is gonna sit here. I always sit off to the side. I came up to talk to you guys this morning.
Yeah, we're gonna be right by.
Because we don't want to have so many people, so we thought about you, shape different things, and I don't want you to, I mean, I do want you guys to spit in people in the panel, but, so that way the kind of the interviewer.
Oh, back there?
Yeah. I don't want you back in the back. I mean, but I want you to be here, and then, if.
I woke up at 3:30.
Usually I like sending anybody back in the room. Usually I read the questions and then they know they're interviewing, but.
Yeah, it's really.
Here, so I'll sit off to the side, how that happened, because they were new. And that way we all know very clearly, they're under the purview, but I mean, if you walk it out,
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, that's right.
Jan,
I don't know if you have time to check.
But no, listen, I don't volunteer
Oh,
to do that, because that like, it just made sense.
yeah. Oh, they do the biggest I've seen, but kind of too big, really.
Yeah,
She wore brakes on it.
Never really split.
No.
Just took-
They gave me a bunch of
Maintained it for a while.
They said you can go to PT or you can do these exercises. I said, give me the exercise.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to the PT.
Oh, this was not, this was.
But yeah,
Kind of back start.
I said, I know. Come in front of everybody. Oh, it's all fair.
Some members come down.
Like they shoot you.
Back down the old.
Can't do anything, you know,
It was very strange.
Be a while.
That makes sense, because I'm not having to go to the day.
Tell you what, Pat, both of I knew two of my great grand.
It seems a little excessive.
I learned first, yes.
That makes sense.
So did they, so you didn't even get up? Yeah.
So I learned directly
I wondered if they would.
about
Cause I mean.
Sue and Brush.
Oh, you did?
Yes. Oh, yeah, and it was not, and my brother, we were raised in Oklahoma. The Sioux team, we were raised in. And it was, but, and the story that came down wasn't like, oh, this, that, or the other, it was my great uncle. What Forrest, my great grandmother, right? He was always upset because he said, sat on the front porch and watched those cheaters go down because we were only 30 miles north of the state line. He said, I was gonna go get another homestead. And they all went down.
Which one you
So they took all their one.
Sure. So because of the land.
Windy.
And so that hatred that was bred in that I don't have many.
Yeah.
My brother got a full ride scholarship offer
Yeah.
to OU to study music. And I think they would have given me one. And in 15 seconds, right, for the privilege of being a Wichita State, right? They turned it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, we could have gone to OU, whole rock. And he just, without paper, he's like, I don't get that. Because you.
If you listen to that song.
So I can stand for sooner.
I'm glad.
So there was a joke that said,
And that was
the easiest place
that
to
was a crazy thing.
go to bank, be in the band is Oklahoma, because
It was
all they play is Boomer Sooner and over and over and over. They never play anything else. And after every play, after every
I did.
thing, it's,
Thank you. Unless you've
I
modified.
just don't get it. And that's, I mean, they've kind of had I would say that they've had an ascendance. Because there's, you know, I mean, as K-State's become truly an international research institution. OU's tried to, you know, OU, they've kind of been tracking at the same time. But they haven't grown at all. As like, I mean, do you know, I mean, they've grown, but like in their game day culture and everything, they still just play Boomer Sooner. Like, I couldn't do that.
the only time you see several years ago there, that they dumped this, they took too sharp, you know, they run their wagon out there. One time, and I don't remember where it was, they turned it too sharp and rolled it over, and all the cheerleaders were rolling out across the field. You know.
Well, my dad used to talk about the de facto 1978 national championship game. And
Went Nebraska, Oklahoma.
yeah, and he talked about how the penalty when the Boomer Sooner thing went out too quickly, like and it cost him the game.
Oh.
I can't remember.
that.
I don't remember that, but there was something that did that the Boomer Sooner driver Mobile, like he screwed up somehow and it had a negative impact on the game. I think it was the Nebraska OU game. I can't remember. This guy had his teeth capped so that they read Boomer Sooner. And he was in tears. He was in tears. And I'm like, I would have just been in tears over having my teeth capped Boomer Sooner.
Well, that was 2 years, and one of those 2 years, I don't remember which one was first, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Colorado were the top, were the number 1, 2, 3 at the end of the season.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. I'll talk to him.
And that was Wishbone,
But there's gonna be times.
Jack Mildred,
For sure.
they were just amazing. They were, I mean. And one of the, I think that's one of the years, they came up, K-State scored 28 points on them. We lost by 45. They just take the ball.
They were so fast.
Yeah. And nobody, you know, now people learn to spread out that, you know, everybody used to just, and they take off those guys and. You know, the fullback and the running backs and the quarterback. And quarterback would be running out there with the ball and somebody hang on to him, just with, and he could throw it 10 yards right into a guy's hands.
It was,
They were amazing.
they were amazing. And the thing that I'll watch those little games, right? And they're not, yeah, but when I think of an old game, I think of like 40s, 50s. Right? I'll watch this game and what people that didn't grow up with the game probably don't realize is that they hit it harder then because the philosophy wasn't, they didn't slow up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh no, they wanted to hurt the other guy. That was the idea.
Yeah. And also because the offenses were predictable and the defenses they were all trying to outsmart the other inside of this small set. So now, right, everything's all about, oh, we're going to force this person to make a play
Yeah.
in space.
Turn this person this direction, this one, and try to get through it.
Yeah.
It used to be just knock each other in their butt.
And it was, I mean, it was a game. That's all I'll say. I said it to me.
Forced to retreat in shame to the back room.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Or happiness. Like especially on yeah. Yesterday after I officially reached my hot weather threshold for the year. Right? I had to go home before the last meeting of the day and put on a polo. I'm like, I can't get out of this, the wool suit I was in. It's like, I feel sick. I can't do this anymore.
What October's all about.
That's right.
I'm the working sweater. Hey.
The official county commission, county council up here for the.
Well, yeah, it always doesn't count.
Oh, move the kids to the back row.
That's- Whippersnappers.
You don't bite down and turn this car around.
That's, I'm gonna reach back here
Yeah.
during the interview. Or if he says once, are we done yet?
Yeah.
I'm proud of my K-State silence compared. Love that one. And this kind
I
of
saw
stuff,
that, yeah.
I like the white.
What? Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't tie the best though. Like I had to go old school double Windsor 9, like, where you do the.
That's all I do.
That's all you do?
Yeah.
Like, hey,
I only know one knot, and I don't even know which one it is.
really?
You wrap under both.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
double.
They tie the best, like if you, I mean, they look the best,
Yeah.
right? They look the best, but some of the modern ties, they got so thick that I had to, because there wasn't
Yeah,
enough
I've
of a
got-
tail.
I've got one of those. I kept counting.
Just looking at it. Did you notice this? Different on it.
But she, so we do have a candidate and then ready to go as soon as you get. They're happy with that. I was afraid. I don't know, but maybe our business somehow miscommunicated, even though I can see it black and white,
Of course, it's good for the person to speak up and say, oh, it's not there. Not at that time.
Yeah.
That's when I went up, the place I ended up working in Leavenworth, went up for an interview. I got there early, I couldn't find the place. They had no number. There's no, at that time, they had no sign on the door. They had no number.
Nice.
And I went back, kind of,
makes sense.
Good grief.
because it was going back and forth up and down the street, and saw some numbers on some other ones. I was like, and said, this must be it.
Ever comes up.
And yeah, that's here. Oh,
Please,
well.
please meet us in the unidentified building, the unidentified office within the unidentified.
I think if I had an interview on K-State campus, I'd have to.
That
Get
would
there
be the
hours
worst.
earlier, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd want to be shown where it was the day before.
Yeah, is this 55 minutes? Unless you want to do two, I mean, are we coming out and come back in? And Jake volunteered to keep track of time, so he's gonna notify us when we have 5 minutes.
He's already
Track of
measured,
it.
Yeah.
he's already measured the distance between lines of fence and the distance between the bottom strand.
Okay, there's all the
ground,
important jobs, right?
There you go.
Height of the post.
Somebody's gotta do it.
Yeah,
Somebody's gotta.
that's somebody. Yeah, that's right. You'll make the next person.
I'm a little sad he didn't fall for the electric fencer situation, but.
Mhm. Yeah, everybody knew what he was talking
If I
about.
was a few years younger, I'd probably be like, why not?
Let's just see, how bad can it hurt? And
In
then,
my memory, pretty darn bad.
then you wake up in the ambulance.
That would have been a story.
You might get that kind of, but not voltage, but amperage only. If there was a bunch of uncooperative cattle
Glad it wasn't.
Oh.
Hi, John.
Morning. I'm just one.
Oh, that's right.
You should be, you might have just said that for a quick second.
I don't know. I just, no, no, we have a candidate, but we still have 5 more minutes left and we're missing 1/3 of team counselor and clerk.
It'll make it
1/3,
third.
33%.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm just gonna notify y'all when we got 5 minutes left. So,
Okay.
so that's right. Yeah.
That's what I've taken to calling them instead of like, all the counselors. I just literally addressed them, team counselor. What do you think about X, Y, Z?
Good as
Well, the one good thing is we won't have to,
Initially.
won't have to do what we usually do in December.
Oh,
Performance evaluation.
No, she'll be.
That's true.
One less one.
this guy will be.
Hey, wait a minute. That's good.
Or we could just do it now.
No.
No, you're saying they don't have to. You're still gonna owe your long-term staff a performance evaluation.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
even where I'm at. So.
That I know.
No, you're
No, I
right.
got it.
None of them have really been here.
In the health department and community corrections. We're really getting away easy this year. I like that.
Not ask for a repeat.
No, I agreed.
Rich, I just put one there for the next two. I thought that was okay. And I
Great.
put 2 and 3.
Thank you.
You got one for me?
Number of ones we got.
Yeah, okay.
One for grades.
Don't bring it, a couple of them.
So. Thank you. Can't remember Vinci. Got scolded by Rick. Hurt.
Oh, you did. That's nice.
She just reminded me. She
You didn't look too happy.
Very
today.
diplomatic.
Brittany.
Do they?
Brittany did.
She's probably worn out.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if there was a tone, I think it was an exhaustion one, so. Anything.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I saw her when you were over the his shoulder. She
Oh,
got
God.
jumped out of her chair. I don't know where she was, but
I don't know, yeah, she wasn't present, because I walked right by her and then walked back and she, felt bad. She really got screwed.
Who's the first candidate?
Wendy.
Okay.
Two from Kansas being named Wendy. Western Kansas.
no, it's actually, well, which was.
I didn't think that.
That's when you had
It's honestly, it's similar to
The
like.
family it was windy summer, not a windy storm,
That's what we all.
summer,
Yeah, yeah. right.
April, and then.
We don't know what's
and
going on.
boy,
Just
it's
to
named
be
Bill
fair.
or something.
I brought you.
I was gonna say, I think maybe meteorologist or what?
Yeah.
I used to good team on, it was like the Beloit area or somewhere, but their last name was Trails. And one son was like Dusty, the other name was like.
Somebody went to Woodstock.
That's too much.
Jeez.
Yeah,
It's better than Mooney, is there?
There was a
Yeah,
contractor, that's road contract, was like roads.
That was my
They call him
nickname.
Dusty, I don't know if that was his real name.
Dusty
They call him
Rhodes.
Dusty.
Serious.
I don't know. if that
You'll always
was-
get a beat.
That's what they
You do.
Everybody knows they need
What
you to do it.
what he-
They need you to
What he
win.
got called.
Or even produce. And then where's the tools that they
Uh-huh. Got scars to prove it.
You're just asking all the questions, right?
I don't know.
That's what we've done before. Just want to make sure everyone.
I already
Clear.
explained it to these team counselors, so we kind of leave them on. Everybody else, they do it.
Too many times.
Okay. Move the county commission, including Chairman Ford, Vice Chairman McKinley, and Commissioner Foki, recess into executive session. Interview an applicant for a non-elected personnel position. And to protect the privacy of the applicant, an exception to the Kansas Open Meeting Act, along with Rich Vargo, Riley County Clerk, Elizabeth Ward, Human Resource Director, Clancy Holman, Riley County Counselor, Bryant and Jacob Hanson, Deputy County Counselor, attorneys for the commission. The open meeting to resume in the county commission chambers at 10:55.
I would second that.
It's county councilors.
Can I tell you?
Oh, yeah.
You wanna go up
I'm
there?
trying to stay on a roll here. Mistake after mistake.
Okay. All right, it's been moved and seconded. The county commission, including Chairman Ford, Vice Chairman McKinley, and Commissioner Foki recess into executive session to interview an applicant for a non-elected personnel position and protect the privacy of the applicant, an exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act, along with Rich Vargo, Riley County Clerk, Elizabeth Ward, Human Resources Director, and Clancy Holman, Riley County Counselor, Bryant Barker, and Jacob Hanson, Deputy County Counselors, attorneys for the commission, and the open meeting to resume in the county councilors chambers. Yeah.
I know, not there.
Riley County Commission chambers at 10:55 o'clock AM, because it says that too. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 3 attorneys, but grammar
Move the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded, the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session. All in favor?
Move the record reflect no binding action was taken during the executive session.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded that they record reflect no binding actions taken during the executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner.
You good? Okay.
Judith.
So, yeah, if you need to take a break, take a break.
Yeah.
Come back. Yeah. Yeah, I need to stand up.
Yeah. I need one of these. That was supposed to be, but I'm not sure which one.
Yeah. So now.
An opportunity, right? You can ask that. Participate in things. Because they can want people in their place.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I didn't even read all, like, I've read.
That was a fairly recent change, I think. I mean, recent in terms of those statutes. It was after 1856.
Yes, how recent really are we?
Fairly. Within the last 20 years. Yeah, it is for them. For that serious.
I wonder what would come up in order for them to do that. I guess. I was lobbying them to where.
We have a
Probably the time.
new set of interview.
Okay. HR candidate isn't fun. She doesn't. Oh, good, wonderful. Okay, so actually, Brittany, we need to go into executive session. Yeah. Thank you so much. That's okay.
Oh, don't do that.
It was involuntary, I swear.
Draw people into the vortex.
I think we don't need one, you guys cover it.
Yeah.
You in particular.
I'll be in Washington DC. That's the biggest joke of all.
But I wondered where you're gonna go with that, yeah.
I thought there was no approved time away from this.
Right? I know.
Gotta
have to talk to somebody.
Policy violation.
I'm up there trying to get money, so,
There you go.
and it seems to be working, so. And speaking of, I did have a conversation with Jerry Moran. There is both monies in the appropriations bill for both Keats and Ogden. Once they get it done. So the monies that were allocated are actually in this appropriations bill. Yeah,
Oh, good. They say how much?
whatever the amount was to $2 million.
That's the amount they announced that we received.
Oh, it's just that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Formalized.
Okay,
Just
what
that
we
one.
had. Just that.
It
one.
actually
Only a
hasn't
couple
been passed
million.
yet, but he informed me that it's in the
Oh, it's
appropriations.
in that, okay, to
But-
give, I thought the.
But
state
they won't
already
be
had-
back in session until after the election.
I thought the state had already received that money. Oh, that's interesting.
There's always catches.
Yep,
Oh, we need another million, though. You think he's good for that too?
They
we're
should
gonna
be
talk about it
very,
on Tuesday.
Change that first number.
if they get nothing more, they are very
I
fortunate.
know,
Yeah.
I understand that.
It was, he said Keats is very much on his radar, so that might be possible.
Good.
Okay. Might as well just make it till noon now.
Do I need to bend his ear a little bit too?
Yeah, wouldn't hurt.
He's in town now or what?
He is. He was yesterday. Anyway. Okay, are we ready?
You bet. All right. I move the county commission, including Chairman Ford, Vice Chairman McKinley, and Commissioner Cokie recess into executive session. Interview an applicant for a non-elected personnel position. Protect the privacy of the applicant and exception to the Open Meetings Act, along with Rich Vargo, Riley County Clerk, Elizabeth Ward, Human Resource Director, Clancy Holman, Riley County Counselor, Ryan Parker, and Jacob Hansen, Deputy County Counselors, attorneys for the commission. Open meeting to resume in the county commission chambers at 12 o'clock.
I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded that the county commission, including Chairman Ford, Vice Chairman McKinley, and Commissioner Cokie recess into executive session to interview an applicant for a non-elected personnel position and to protect the privacy of the applicant, an exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act, along with Rich Vargo, Riley County Clerk, Elizabeth Ward, Human Resource Director, and Clancy Holman, Riley County Counselor, Bryant Parker, and Jacob Hansen, Deputy County Counselors, attorney for the commissions, with the open meeting to resume in the county commission chambers at 12 o'clock PM. Because I like that now. All in favor?
Aye.
Rich, can I ask you to share this meeting as I?
Hmm?
We can put that.
Move the board. Okay. Move the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session.
I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded that the Board of County Commission come out of executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Move the record reflect no binding action was taken during executive session.
I would second that.
Been moved and seconded. The record reflect no binding action was taken during the executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, commissioners. Nothing else?
Thank you, commissioners. Okay, Commissioner Ford.
Yeah. Got a big game on Saturday at 9.
I think it is a big one. I think it is a big one.
Yeah. I gotta be up at 4 a.m., take a flight. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the entire game.
Why go to
Yeah,
sleep? Why go to sleep?
Yeah.
Playing.
And then, speaking of, then my Jaguars play at 8:30 in the morning, so I'll be watching that.
Oh,
8:30
goodness
South.
sakes.
So,
I was gonna say something about his Jaguar. I was like, whoa, when'd you get that?
so yeah, I'll be watching that from the airplane, so probably won't be sleeping. Yeah, 4.5 is the spread. The over and under is 56.5. This isn't a good matchup. It just isn't. I hope our run offense can get started and get sorted early. If not, it could be a long evening because they could tear apart our pass defense pretty easily. So, yeah. So, but I'm gonna go with the good guys. We don't play well in Boulder historically, but we're starting a new trend.
Only won like 4 of 31 times there or something was our stats.
Mhm.
Oh, that's great.
There's been some pretty epic games there too, and I think Saturday night's gonna be another one. I'm gonna go 30-28 good guys.
Greg?
I've got 35-28.
I wrote mine down at home and I didn't bring it up.
There's gonna be plenty of scores.
There is. I could see him
I remember-
uncorking Dylan Edwards too, for obvious reasons.
I remember the time was 37 to 34.
You're gonna like my score. Clancy.
Pressure's on Brian.
No, we both give scores. You gotta give one.
Oh, no, I don't.
You're the one that usually gets them right.
You're deferring to.
By accident.
I'm gonna go really unconventional, 21-17. Favor the Cats.
I really think this might be a disaster like BYU, high altitude, late night, crowd on top of you, but we have more experience. So this is really definitely through purple shades. 37-35. I had it previously written down. I had it wrote down before you even said yours.
They were all pretty close.
Yeah.
Except for him.
Yeah.
It's usually Greg and I that are really close, and my one score is really close to his, but
Well, I'll probably go home and look at what I wrote down. And go,
when you
"Uh-oh, I
said
didn't-"
37, I thought she's gonna say my score, and she darn near did.
You guys talk about purple shades, like that's how I see us being successful, is it's.
You're
defense.
37, well, that's 2.1.
1 point, you're
It needs to be.
37-34.
But
3.
Colorado is basically a team of transfers and newcomers, but they got talent.
They're putting it
not-
together.
They're not void of talent.
Well, none of these teams are.
Yeah, yeah. We got some guys that can get down.
Except he's been sacked.
Their offensive line's horrible,
Yeah.
but if you can get him out of the pocket and not let him get, yeah. If you
They're
keep-
better, their offensive line's better than last year, though.
It is, but if
Like I
you can
said,
get
he's-
Sanders out of the pocket and then keep him mobile and not let him set out of the pocket, we've got a good chance, but yeah, I don't know if
This
it's gonna happen.
game scares
Most
me.
sacked guy in Big 12.
Yeah, this game scares me.
We're gonna win. I'm not scared at all. We're gonna win.
Yeah.
One way or another.
There's comment.
This is a big game for both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
This,
is
on
make or
this
break.
weekend, next, Colorado and West Virginia, that's gonna sell our season. What happens those two places?
Yeah, because the rest of the schedule kind of leading up to Iowa
Except Iowa
State,
State at the end, the rest of it's
Pretty-
solid.
pretty good to tough
I think
games.
it's soft, KU Houston this
Yeah.
year.
We've been starting really slow. We can't do that.
Well, it looks like we're gonna be pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Defensive line's getting healthy, so that's a good sign too.
Mhm.
We get a pass rush going and help our secondary out. That'd be-
That's what's key.
Okay, well, I think that takes care of everything today.
Yeah.
So remember, we're not here we're not here on Monday.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
over.
So we won't meet until Thursday. So
We're gonna be in the movies all day.
you are, I'm gonna be,
You're gonna be.
I'm gonna be in
DC.
DC. I'll be up on Capitol Hill no, actually Tuesday. We'll be at the conference on Monday. Okay, I don't have anything else.
Just need a motion.
Well, let's see. I make a motion that we adjourn the Board of Raleigh County Commission's meeting from October 10th.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to adjourn the October 10th meeting of the Raleigh County Commission. All in favor?